16 incredible sightings and encounters with supposed mythical creatures. Mythical creatures have been around since the beginning of time, and there are stories, tales, and fables that have survived thousands of years and will continue to survive thousands more. Some mythical creatures have over time been identified as real, such as the Komodo Dragon and the Manatee, but there are others that remain as elusive as ever. Today we look at some cryptids that people genuinely believe they saw or captured. Number 16. Land of Make-Believe. Over in Iceland, elves have formed part of their history for a very long time, and they are so believed in that the building of highways has been moved to avoid hurting the elves. Another one of their mythical creatures is a type of sea serpent, also known as a worm monster. This cryptid has been in local folklore since the 14th century. In 2012, a video emerged of a peculiar shape moving underneath the water. Many believe it's definite proof that the worm exists. A researcher claims it to be a cloth or a bit of fishing net, so the local government got a truth commission together, and out of the 13 members, 7 of them ruled that the footage was indeed the mysterious sea serpent. Number 15. See it to believe it. Unfortunately, there isn't too much information available about this photograph. It just cropped up in China and no one has come forward to claim rights to it. The man looks like he's gutting a very small dragon. The man is definitely holding something, as you can see the dog playing with the tail, but whether it was a dragon is open to debate. It's probably a snake that has been cleverly photoshopped, or a dragon toy. But if the Komodo Dragon was believed to be fake for so many years, perhaps dragons do exist after all. There just hasn't been enough proof yet. Number 14. Be a mermaid and make waves. Back in 2013 in Kiryat Yam in Israel, some insane video footage emerged of a mermaid caught in between 2 rocks and then throwing her body over a rock and heading back into the ocean. The footage has prompted the local government to offer a $1 million reward for any absolute proof that mermaids do live in those waters. So far, no one has come forward with actual proof, and the $1 million is still up for grabs. Number 13. Year of the Dragon. You'll recognize the dragon that stands proudly on the Welsh flag. And this dragon was said to be brought by the Romans to Wales. And sadly, over time, the exact story as to where the specific dragon originated from has been lost. Wales is quite the spot for dragon spotting, with several reports coming through yearly. In 2001, workers in a local quarry said they spotted a dragon that was around 2.5 feet long and had a head that was similar to a seahorse. They say they observed it for roughly 4 minutes before it disappeared into a nearby cave. All men were interviewed separately, and their reports were all consistent with one another. Number 12. Tame the Dragon. China is another place synonymous with dragons, with their history steeped in folklore and mythology. There have been several supposed sightings of dragons over the years. In August of 2014, 2 students were heading out of the library from their university when one of the students spotted something unusual in the air. He described a 33-foot red flying creature that was flying at a high altitude. Perhaps exam stress got a bit much for the poor man. Other dragons have also been spotted on security footage cameras, during news broadcasts, and as seen in this video, when one cropped up during a tornado. Number 11. Once upon a time, there lived the Loch Ness Monster. This mysterious water beast was first spotted by a monk in the 7th century in the Highlands of Scotland. In 2017, Nessie was spotted 8 times. The photograph that we're all too familiar with is known as the surgeon's photo. It was taken by Robert Kenneth Wilson in 1934. He firmly believed that the photograph he took was 100% real. It's been said it was more than likely a log, an elephant, or an otter. However, 9-year-old Sam Knight snapped this image in 2017, and he's convinced it's the Loch Ness Monster. What do you think? Number 10. Hosh Tokoloshi. Jack Parrow and Gazelle sing a song called Hosh Tokoloshi, which pokes a bit of fun at the South African mythical creature called the Tokoloshi. Kids weren't frightened with the boogeyman in South Africa, but rather threatened with the Tokoloshi. Older African generations are still known to raise their beds with bricks so the short Tokoloshi can't reach them. An evening news channel reported a story on a guy who claims to have caught the Tokoloshi. The guy's reaction is priceless, and you can see how scared he was when he was capturing the footage. The guy really believes he has filmed this cryptid creature, and even though it clearly isn't true, the fact that he genuinely believes it is most certainly list-worthy. Number 9. 99% unicorn. We head back to Scotland, Caithness to be exact, where in 2012 claims emerged that there were actual sightings of unicorns. Bear in mind that this was the year that North Korea stated they had unearthed a unicorn lair. Hikers were walking past the castle of Old Wick when they said they startled a unicorn, and off it dashed. They described it exactly as we see it in our fairy tales, all white and ethereal. They're not the only people to have claimed to have spotted unicorns in the area, which makes you wonder, what are they actually seeing? Number 8. Pot of gold. What has been called the greatest viral story of all time by AOL Online is the story of the leprechaun spotted in Alabama, USA in 2006. Dozens of people claim to have seen the leprechaun in a tree, and a local news team had to go out and investigate the story. Stories were pretty wild, and the sketch that emerged from group efforts to describe the mythical little man were pointless. We think 5-year-olds could draw a better description than this. The whole incident is laughable, to say the least, and it's amazing that the news crew managed to keep a straight face throughout the broadcast. Number 7. Where? Wolves? In Stoke, a small town in England, a wolf-like beast has allegedly been seen by various inhabitants. Noted sightings have taken place from 1975 up until recently, which have been reported to the UK Highways Agency. The most recent sighting was reported by a man described only as Martin in a local newspaper. It seems he witnessed a quote-unquote human-sized wolf-like beast standing on 2 legs, bounding across the highway, narrowly missing his car. Naturally, he didn't have time to record anything. Since then, calls have been made for camera equipment to be placed on that stretch of road, the only stretch of road the creature seems to use. Number 6. Gobbledegook. To add to the general Zimbabwean's day-to-day strife, goblins are becoming a problem. In 2012, schoolgirls from the St Sebastian School in Bulawayo apparently fled screaming after being attacked by goblins, resembling dwarves that also changed into baboons. These baboons, goblins, have been accused of invading marital beds, demanding first rights, as well as harassing police and hospital staff. A local businessman has been accused of employing these creatures in order to further his business interests, but he has dismissed the claims against him. We're with him on this one. Number 5. Yeti to be proven. We're guessing you've heard of the Yeti, aka the abominable snowman, by now. The latest sighting occurred on or near the Aramon ski resort on the French/Spanish border. A conveniently unnamed man took a video on his mobile of a 6-foot-tall creature with white fur. The sighting resulted in a lot of interest and panic, with a spokesman for the resort rushing forward to reassure people the area is being searched and investigated in order to be declared safe. Not a good businessman, though. If it was our resort, we would be urging people to stay away due to the risk of meeting him. Number 4. El Chupacabra. El Chupacabra is well known in Central and South America since the first, evidence thereof in 1995. Since then, much livestock has been found dead, but not eaten, and blood sucked out of the neck vampire style. Phyllis Canyon made global news in 2007 when she uncovered the remains of a yet-to-be officially identified animal close to her ranch. Dog-like, but with a face and body shape that didn't match any other animal. It is believed the creature went on a killing spree before it was found. Officials refused to recognize the animal as El Chupacabra, or anything else for that matter. Another lost tourism opportunity if you ask this voiceover artist. Number 3. Slimy dealings. Sayan Chomkan Singha pulled a bronze figure of Naga, a snake-like creature from Buddhist cosmology, out of a pond near his house in 2015. Sayan claimed it was slimy and writhing when he extracted it, only turning to bronze when it dried. Police took the object to investigate its historical value and were confronted by an angry mob of 300 believers who believed it to be the real Naga. It was discovered the object was less than 30 years old and was returned to Sayan, who has allegedly used it to profit from the 300 or so pilgrims who believed in it. Business is business. Number 2. Airy Fairy. Since the well-known faked photographs from 1920 in England, most people treat fairy sightings with a healthy dose of skepticism. Skeptics were seen vigorously scratching their heads when a tiny humanoid skeleton was found in a falcon's nest in Cornwall. The remains were sent away for proper examination, but naturally no conclusion has been forthcoming at the time of making this video. Number 1. I Spy. Pita Witahira was browsing through Google Earth when something out of the ordinary caught his attention. He was having a look at Oki Bay on New Zealand's North Island when he spotted what he believes to be the taniwha, a sea beast from Maori legend. The movements were not quick to be a whale and too big to be a shark. So what could it possibly be? Well then, it must certainly be a taniwha. Do you believe that you've ever seen a mythical creature? If so, which one and where? Share your story with us in the comments below and subscribe to our channel for more quirky videos just like this. Thanks for watching.